Grinders, it's your boy Poke, and we're back on the grind. Guys, I'm going to show you today the Hall of Fame kickoff, all the big knockouts. We're going to start right away doing this video, and then I have a deep run of a tournament I'm going to show you guys. So if you just want to see the knockouts, I'll do those real quick, and then you guys can not watch the tournament. But here we go, seeing the biggest knockouts of the kickoff so far since it's been on POKERSTARS. Let's see if we can go big screen. There we go. So these are just going to be a lot of times lucky, sometimes skill and all that, but it's just all in big knockouts. We have ace-6 there, holds up versus 6-5, and look at that. This guy gets, that's the color of jersey we're going to be looking for. Every single jersey will be like this. Now, one thing to learn, don't have a heart attack when you see that, because I've got that jersey. It doesn't always mean a jackpot. The other day I got it at the $5 table, and I got $11, I think it was. So I was all excited, and then it doesn't mean a jackpot every time. Just means you're probably going to get more than like double your buy-in. So that was the 27,000. We can see how this guy wins 28,000. And this is the thing that can get you mad as a grinder, that as you can see, I have most two players here labeled. I could have I've played this guy before. Most of these players I've played, so it can just mess with your brain that you've played these guys how many times. A guy yesterday that plays daily, he got one yesterday. It's like every single day, people that I play against regularly keep getting it. So this guy keeps on going, and he gets $28,000 for that hand. Let's go see this one. Holy, it's hard to manage that. Okay, they're playing here. This is a friend of the channel here, good player. He grinds all the time. Table on the right there. Jack King gets the straight on the river, and that river gets him $28,000. So shout out to that guy. Nice to see regular grinders getting it. It's like a good thing. It makes you think that they deserve it. They've been putting in the time. But also, if they're a regular grinder, there's a chance that money stays in the player pool, right? If someone hardly ever plays these and they get the jackpot, they might do a hit and run and not play the Grand Tour no more, or the kickoff, right? So you're kind of hoping the money stays in the prize pool, right? Sixes, jacks, eights, ace, king. Look at this. Every single person is in. Jacks happens to hold up versus all those players, and he gets two blue balls, so two blue balls and the jackpot. Look at it go, baby. Cheers to that guy. Look at it. Look at it. $33,000 just like that. I think it was that one we just watched. Now we're getting bigger and bigger. We've seen this one before, but let's watch it. And all in. I believe this guy gets the river. Ace-9. Go, go, go. Gets the ace on the river. And my man gets bank. Look at this. The dream. It's going, it's going. Wouldn't you just be flipping out, not knowing when it's going to stop? You'd be screaming right now, just saying, go. He gets 46K. We have the big and finale. And this is crazy because they've taken away the $60 buy-ins. So these jackpots, I didn't think they were going to get this high, but people are still getting paid. And look, he could have just got lucky to get the chip lead. Then he gets King 2, gets open end and a pair, gets trip kings. And this guy gets the biggest knockout the Grand Tour has seen to date. This guy is getting paid. Look at this. It's going fast. It's going fast. It's going. $87,000 American to that guy. Okay, guys. This one happened yesterday. This guy's a regular. You guys probably seen him in my last like 5 videos. He seems to be on a lot of final tables. A lot of them at 12s, but I play him regularly. He's a player that I would love to play against daily. But he has pocket 4s and he hold up there. And what does he get here? $27,000 or $28,000. So people are getting paid, guys. The dream lives. Okay, if you want to see my deepest run, my highest tournament I've done this year is $100 buy-in I did today. It was a Max 6 Hyper Winter Series tournament. I don't know how. Maybe is it already playing somewhere? There it is. So let's go big screen here. Let's pause this real quick. $109 buy-in. It was 563 players. We're down to 75 players here. It's a knockout tournament. As you can see, no one gets paid here unless you get knocking people out. So we're already running deep here. I took a shot. It's a hyper turbo tournament, kind of like a Grand Tour, just 2 more extra players with big bounties. So you get all the only way to make money is if you knock someone out. So this guy, you get $112, $250, $212, $100, and right beside me on the left, you get $325. I already have $325 locked up from knockouts. So we made, our buying back plus profit there, a couple $100. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit just because we already saw the knockouts. Some of these spots are pretty straightforward. These are where you can kind of just get lucky. Someone can move to your table with like $1,000 bounty with like 2-3 big blinds. Some of these things you just get extremely lucky with scenarios. Like you can get a big hand just versus some big bounties here, right? We're just gonna kind of go through this here. This guy was a really good player. He ran didn't run hot. The first part of this series, my first hour, he was running hot. But towards the end here, he kind of got screwed. Most of these spots I did were pretty standard. I'm going to slow down on one hand, or 2 hands here that come up. That could be changing my tournament here. So as you guys know, I don't really play tournaments too often. These win a series, they've had a hyper tournament every day at 10 o'clock. So I've been trying to jump in these because they're hyper bounty knockout tournaments. This is pretty much with all the Grand Tour we've played now, well over 20,000 games. It's made me feel very comfortable playing this type of format. Now, obviously, it's a crapshoot a lot of times, but there is still some skill involved. Ace-5 here, we raised it up under the gun. I'm showing that this guy's short stacked. Now, I do think people panic too much here. When you're in these tournaments and there's 15, 20 big blinds, people think they're really shallow. But a lot of times you have to look at the average chip stack. So if there's like 30 people left and you have 20 big blinds, a lot of times the average is 20 big blinds, or you could be even above average. So you have to always kind of look at what the average chip stack is and not panic just because you're at 15, 13 big blinds. So here, this guy's very aggressive, so I checked that flop knowing I didn't want to get raised off it. We had equity, and I actually thought he would put pressure on us and bet that flop. Here, we want to size it up because there's every single draw, and he could think we're just betting the ace no matter what. So all his draws should be raising us there. Even though it is a scare card, he knows I should bet that regardless. So we take that down. 7-8 here, pretty standard. Nothing happens. Here's an all-in. Ace-King versus King-Jack. Suited. And this guy gets the jack on the river. So this guy, like I said, ran pretty bad here towards the end. 10-King here. We'll see what happens here. I think I had to lay this down. I tried calling here. I think he goes all in. Wanted to see a flop. He's a $325 bounty. Definitely against the guy across from me. He's been raising a lot. King 10's definitely good enough to defend. Pocket 6s versus 10s, and this guy gets a 6 here to get $325 bounty over. Okay, so we got a table change, which I didn't want because the way the chips were and everyone beside me. Second, I scanned here right away, see where all the big blinds are at, where the bounties are at, and right away I didn't like the table change, but there's not much you could do about it, but you just want to see where the bounties are and all that kind of stuff. So pocket 10s versus ace queen. And he gets a $187 bounty for holding up there with the 10s. I'm sitting out this hand. I really just got cold cards here for a while. Nothing really happened, to be honest. King 7 here. Blind versus blind. You definitely want to raise this up. Go after the antes here in the middle. So that's the difference between the Grand Tour. Grand Tour doesn't have antes. When there's antes in here, you want to be raising more. Taking blinds and antes is definitely going to help you along the way. Pocket 8s here, I raised, no one called. Standard spots here. King Jack, we definitely want to defend if it's just a min raise there. Most of these spots, though, people started raising. I couldn't do too much. Here, I thought about 3-betting because all this dead money here. I got the original raiser. And don't forget, I can't ladder up in this tournament, right? So the only way I can make money is by knocking people out. And I want to get chips to be able to be in that position. So kind of blinding yourself out, like laddering up, it does you no good. So it's a strange tournament that even though you're getting down deep to it, you could be down to the top 10. If you're not getting chips, you're not going to be in a position to put on pressure and get these bounties. So easy fold for us. We're just in a position here we can't do too much. We're pretty much push fold poker at this point. If you 3-bet, you're kind of pot committed. King 2. I folded here, which I think looking back at that now, seeing that, I probably should have limped in, just seeing these stack sizes. It doesn't matter what they do, but the fact that I have position and a guy was shot shallow, I could have tried to see a flop versus them. But anyways, that's why we like to review these. Okay, a6 here. If it was blind versus blind, if they all fold him, the blind, I would call him. Now, he's supposed to go, I'm going to look at, this is one of the spots I wanted to look at. I folded here. He's supposed to be jamming so wide here. We're 20 big blinds. We both have a $200 bounty over our head. His king queens, king jacks, 8-7 suited, 10-9 suited, pocket pairs, all his ace x's, but he should be jamming so wide here. I shouldn't have been tightening up here. This is a call, I would think. But unfortunately, it was a deep spot for me. I'm in a position here to make a lot of money. I wanted to pick a better spot. But you have to take those kind of coin flips, right? There's a chance you're behind, but in his range in that spot, I should be calling there. I just, like I said, I don't play these that often, and I did feel the pressure, just knowing that first place is going to be like $10,000 or something. I can go back and look at the prize pool, but all the money is going to be up top. It's going to be a big payout here. Here we had some equity here, like we got a pair. Just wanted to check to him, see if he's going to stab at it. He bets, we call. Shouldn't have too many jacks in his range, so even though it looks scary, like what jacks should he be betting that flop with? So it's kind of like a dead card. I'm happy to keep calling it down. Now that 6 of diamonds I wasn't thrilled about, so I did a blocker bet. If he raises, we fold, but I didn't want to just check, because then I'm really putting my, if I check there, it's screaming that I have a 5 or a 3, or like an ace high. So I just thought a blocker bet made more sense there. Ace 8 here. Spade, spade. This is just power of position here. Take a little stab at it. Obviously, I'm not strong enough. I have no spades or anything to check it here. And we take down the blinds and ante, so love to see it. Jack, jack, guys. So this is a very interesting hand for me here. Obviously, standard race here. I'm screaming for him to jam me here. This $200 bounty. These two red players that I have tagged, I'm waiting for them to go all in. They do not. Now, this is a flop that's pretty shitty. I didn't bet it here just because I didn't want to get raised off it. His flush draws, his other, I don't know, pocket pairs, something could raise me off that. So here's a standard call. You never want to raise. He could have a king, could have a 6, could just have ace high, could just be stabbing at it. He checks here. Now, if you pause and look at that, would you bet? I don't think you should. What hands are you're only hoping ace high would call you? Maybe a queen high and then some smaller pocket pairs. So I think it's a very safe check back. I check it. Sure enough, he caught a 4 on the river. So that hand really, really hurt just because how shallow we are. And the fact that he had a pocket 4s there and he had his cover, he really could have went all in pre-flop and our jacks would have called. So it's like it's just a strange hand there. But obviously, if he went all in pre-flop, we'd be out. But those little spots, though, can change your whole tournament, right? Here's just a couple all-ins. Pocket 8s versus ace 9. Ace 9 got there. Bounties. Sorry, I'm just not that interested in this. I'm just trying to show you my spots. Ace jack here, easy raise. I'd be happy to get it all in here. We're under 20 big blinds. I'm supposed to be raising wide. They could be putting pressure on me. Obviously, I just would call an all in here. Now, here is a standard spot you want to raise up. There's 2 flush draws. Big and small blinds should be all over that board. So I want to definitely not a board you want to bet small. You want to size that up. They could just jam you on their draws or even an 8 there, a weaker jack, any of their draws. So that's my thought, a process on that. Pocket 9s versus ace king. Ace king gets there. Ace on the river. Yep. It's funny how you can remember all these hands in your head. So we're down to 34 players. Ace queen here. I'm looking to call an all in. It's a spot that you just can't fold too strong here because you're going to be flipping a lot of the times. You block ace king, ace queen, stuff like that. So here's the dream flop here, right? So let's pause and look at this. I'm versed the blind. Top pair, the ace of club is huge to have. I'm supposed to c-bet, and I don't want to c-bet too much. I want to keep him in the hand. Here he calls. Now, what would you do here with the 4 here? He called that flop. I think you have to size up his bet. He called with he has some kind of equity or some kind of draw. You don't want to give him to him for free. So I sized it up. I even thought about going all in. And I think I should have went all in. I did not go all in because I thought it was still so strong that I wanted to get the value of the chips. But I did bet 3/4 pot with top pair blocking the nut flush draw. I thought he could jam me there. He does not. 10, I was not happy to see whatsoever here. 10 of diamonds here. The backdoors get there. His 2-pair combos could get there. 9, 10, queen 10. I just wasn't happy with that card, but look at it. I'm pot committed here, and his missed clubs are supposed to go all in. He could even have like a weaker queen. I think a weaker queen would check call, but I think I have to call in this spot. You can tell me in the comments what you would do. I called, and this mother effer gets runner to knock us out of our tournament. So we came in 33 spot out of like 500 and whatever that was. So that was my biggest tournament of the year. Like I said, I don't play them much, but we did make profit. Hope you guys like that one, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.